Government mulling extension of dose intervals for Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Updates at Noon with me, Azlani Adani. A former non-executive chairman of a government-linked company, GLC, was detained by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, yesterday on 2 charges of abuse of power. The man, who is also a member of parliament, is alleged of abusing his position in the GLC, which is involved in management of public transportation operations. The Member of Parliament was detained by the MACC yesterday after he presented himself for questioning at the MACC headquarters in Putrajaya. He was then released on bail as the MACC is currently awaiting further instruction from the Attorney General's chambers. Details of the charges are not immediately available, but the former chairman has been previously accused of interfering with the company's operations and business dealings where allegations of conflict of interest had surfaced. The government is considering the proposal to stretch the interval between the first and second dose of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine from 3 weeks to 6 weeks. National COVID-19 Immunization Programme PICK Coordinating Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said this will be decided after considering the situation involving variant of concern VOC in the country.
Walaupun strategi untuk kita tambah waktu penjarakan Pfizer daripada 3 minggu hingga 6 minggu akan membolehkan kita memberi vaksin kepada lebih ramai orang, keputusan itu perlu diimbangi dengan kita melihat kepada kewujudan variant of concern yang mana ini akan memberi kesan kepada keberkesanan vaksin tersebut.
Khairi added that data from Pfizer-BioNTech have so far shown that 1 dose would only provide 33% protection against the Indian variant, while 2 doses would provide 88% protection. As such, the government will look at the prevalence of the variant of concern at the locality, adding that if the prevalence of the variant of concern is high in a certain area, the government would stick with a 3-week interval between the 2 doses to ensure best protection. Khairi also noted this would only apply to the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine and not the Sinovac or the AstraZeneca vaccines. Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation (MDEC) has launched MDEC Innovation Exchange Mix as part of the agency's corporate innovation program to accelerate the digitalization of the nation's economy. In a statement, MDEC said Mix will act as the essential link between corporates and high-caliber local technology startups and scale-ups, enabling organizations to realize their asset value, understand their pain points, and pervasively deploy and utilize digital and data technologies. MDEC Chief Executive Officer Surina Shukri said the program, which is open to all corporates, is said to be a game changer in pushing for industrial advancement in Malaysia while contributing to the successful growth of the nation's startup scene. She said through MDEC's corporate innovation programs and initiatives, the agency has formed engagements with 85 corporate partners across 7 economic sectors, namely transport, finance, telecommunications, manufacturing and engineering, services, property and agriculture, to help them embark on their digital transformation journeys. Surina also said that the pandemic has brought digitalization to the fore and rapidly shifting the paradigm of digitalization and servitization of the economy, making it no longer a choice but a necessity. She said today MDEC has assisted organizations in tackling 75 problem statements, in addition to creating nearly 1,300 opportunities for relevant tech companies, signed 5 memorandums of understanding, as well as achieved 13 business deals. The COVID-19 Vaccine Supply Access Guarantee Special Committee, JKJAV, is finalizing its plan to inoculate over 5,000 media practitioners, which will begin in June. Communications and Multimedia Minister Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah said this is a part of the commitment of the government in ensuring the safety of the frontliners working in the media industry. As of now, the COVID-19 Immunization Task Force, CITF, Information Department as well as the National Union of Journalists Malaysia are working to draft to the list of vaccine recipients consists of various media agencies in the country.
YBKJ dah umum sehari dua yang lepas jumlah 5,000 lebih pengamal media akan mula mendapat vaksin. Saya sebenarnya seharusnya dah divaksin kalau ikut kelompok menteri, tapi saya pilih untuk tak ambil vaksin dulu sebab saya hajatnya nak mengambil vaksin ini sekali lah dengan you orang pengamal-pengamal media. Tapi sekarang bila saya dah terkena jangkitan, tarikh saya akan divaksin akan ditentukan oleh doktor lah. Jadi saya harap secepat mungkin pengamal media akan mendapat vaksin dan saya doakan semuanya sihat.
The minister was speaking exclusively to RTM via Google Meet. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Industry, MAFI, will emphasize, among other things, boosting productivity and empowering the support and service system under the 12th Malaysia Plan, 12MP. Its Deputy Minister, Datuk Seri Dr. Ronald Kiandi, said MAFI would also strengthen the food value chains towards increasing the resilience of the food system. He said the development of the agro-food sector under 12MP via modernisation efforts by focusing on expanding mechanisation and automation adaptation will continue boosting the sector's contribution towards the National Gross Domestic Product, GDP.
Dan sudah tibalah masanya untuk kita mengkaji semula dasar sekuriti makanan negara. Pada kaitan itu, kerajaan telah menubuhkan satu jawatan kuasa kabinet mengenai dasar sekuriti makanan negara, FSCC. Jawatan kuasa telah dipengerusikan oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri ini bertujuan untuk merangka dasar, strategi dan pelan tindakan sekuriti makanan negara yang holistik dan mampan.
The text was read by Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Food Industry, Datuk Seri Ahmad Hamzah, who delivered the keynote address at the Food Security Realising the Needs of the People seminar via a webinar. He said this pandemic has exposed several weaknesses in the country's food supply chain in terms of logistics, in particular when farmers face difficulties to market their produce. However, disruptions in the supply chains were successfully addressed by the government via cooperation between the ministry and the agencies involved. He added that the agro-food sector also faced challenges in terms of imports, as many countries have implemented protectionist or protectionism policies for several essential commodities such as rice. North Korea's withdrawal from Group H of the 2022 World Cup, 2023 Asian Cup second-round qualifiers means all teams who finish second will have the result of their matches against the bottom-placed sides in their respective groups declared null and void. This means if Malaysia were to finish second in Group G and Indonesia end up last, the Harimau Malaya's two hard-fought wins over their neighbours would count for nothing when it comes to deciding the qualifiers for the Asian Cup finals and progression to the third round of the World Cup qualifiers. In a statement, the Asian Football Confederation AFC said that all the result of North Korea's matches in Group H would be declared null and void. Each of the 8 groups comprises 5 teams, with the top placed teams from each group automatically qualifying for the Asian Cup finals and joined by the best 4 second place teams. These 12 teams will also progress to the third round of the World Cup qualifiers. Consequently, after the conclusion of all the matches in the Asian qualifiers, the result of matches between the second place and 5th place teams in Groups A and to G will not be counted to ensure a balanced final comparison between all group runners-up. After the teams completed their group fixtures, the levelling would be based on the greatest number of points obtained, followed by goal difference, goal scored, fair play point system, and lastly, drawing of lots. The AFC said the qualifying campaign will resume tomorrow, with 57 matches taking place over 19 days and ending on 15 June. After 5 matches, Malaysia are second in Group G with 9 points, 2 behind Vietnam, followed by Thailand 8 points, United Arab Emirates 6 points, but with a game in hand, and Indonesia with no points. With that, we end today's edition of Updates at Noon. In our top story, government mulling extension of dose interval for Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. Tune in to News at 10 coming up at 10 p.m. on MyFreeViews, Saluran Berita RTM Channel 123. You can also stream the channel via YouTube or RTM's Clip web portal and mobile app. Before we go, let's take a sneak peek at Marvel Studios' latest installment of their cinematic universe, Eternals, a race of immortal beings with superhuman powers who have secretly lived on Earth for thousands of years as they reunite to battle the evil deviants. With that, I'm Azlan Yadani. Have a pleasant day.